Daily Horoscope for Virgo. May 25, 2025, as the gentle warmth of late spring embraces the world on this Sunday, Virgo, the cosmos has woven an intricate tapestry of energies specifically for you. The sun, now firmly established in curious Gemini, illuminates your 10th house of career and public reputation, casting a spotlight on your professional endeavors and bringing attention to your methodical approach to success. Your planetary ruler, Mercury, forms a harmonious trine with expansive Jupiter today, creating an intellectual superhighway of sorts. This powerful connection amplifies your already impressive analytical abilities and opens channels for meaningful communication. Ideas that have been percolating in that brilliant mind of yours now find clear expression, making this an exceptional day for presentations, important conversations, or putting your thoughts into writing. The moon glides through dreamy Pisces in your 7th house of partnerships, creating an interesting dynamic between your practical nature and the need for emotional connection. This lunar placement softens your sometimes critical edge and enhances your empathy, allowing you to truly understand others' perspectives. For a sign that sometimes gets caught in the details, this is a beautiful reminder to zoom out and appreciate the full emotional landscape of your relationships. In matters of the heart, this planetary configuration brings both clarity and depth. If you're in a committed relationship, you'll find it easier to express feelings you typically analyze before sharing. Your partner will appreciate this glimpse into your inner emotional world. The Pisces moon forms a gentle sextile to Venus in Cáncer in your 11th house of social connections, potentially blurring the lines between friendship and romance for single Virgos. Someone in your wider social circle may suddenly appear in a new, more appealing light. Saturn's ongoing journey through Pisces creates some tension in your relationship sector, prompting important questions about commitment and structure. While this may feel challenging, it's actually a cosmic gift and opportunity to build partnerships that can withstand the test of time rather than connections based solely on fleeting emotions. Your natural preference for stability aligns well with this transit if you're willing to do the necessary work. Professionally, the spotlight is definitely on you today, Virgo. The Gemini sun in your career sector draws attention to your accomplishments and methodical approach. Authority figures and colleagues alike may take notice of your contributions, and some Virgos might receive recognition or even unexpected opportunities for advancement. Uranus in Gemini brings its revolutionary energy to your professional sector as well, suggesting that thinking outside your usual structured box could lead to innovative breakthroughs. The Mercury-Jupiter trine particularly benefits intellectual pursuits, making this an excellent day for strategic planning, problem-solving, or tackling complex projects that require both attention to detail and big picture, thinking a combination that plays to your strengths. Financial matters benefit from this clarity as well, though Neptune's influence in your money sector suggests double-checking figures and avoiding impulsive purchases based on emotional appeals. Health-wise, pay attention to the mind-body connection today. Your mental state profoundly impacts your physical well-being, particularly your digestive system, always a sensitive area for Virgo. The planetary alignments support practices that honor both structure and flow, such as mindful walking, rhythmic breathing exercises, or swimming. These activities satisfy your need for order, while also embracing the Piscean influence of surrender and release. Your sixth sense about potential health concerns is heightened today. If something feels off, trust your intuition and investigate further. This isn't about becoming anxious over minor symptoms, a Virgo tendency, but rather about leveraging your natural body awareness to maintain optimal well-being. Consider how stress management techniques might support your health goals, as the current celestial climate highlights the connection between emotional harmony and physical vitality. On a spiritual level, today offers a beautiful opportunity to bridge your natural analytical approach with more intuitive ways of knowing. Journal writing could be particularly revealing, as Mercury's connection with Jupiter helps you articulate deeper patterns and insights that might normally remain below the surface of conscious awareness. Questions about purpose and meaning may arise, and you're well equipped to explore them with both intellectual rigor and emotional honesty. The balance between service, a core Virgo value, and self-care receives cosmic attention today as well. With the moon in your relationship sector opposing Neptune in your sign, boundaries may feel somewhat blurry. Remember that taking care of yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary maintenance that allows you to be of service in sustainable ways. Consider where you might need to establish clearer limits or communicate your needs more effectively. Mars in steadfast, Taurus activates your ninth house of exploration and higher learning, providing determined energy for expanding your horizons. This placement encourages you to pursue knowledge with persistence rather than haste. Some Virgos might feel drawn to study subjects related to natural systems, environmental science, or practical applications of philosophical principles, areas where your detail-oriented nature can contribute to broader understanding. Today's color affinity is navy blue, a shade that honors both depth of thought and emotional calm. Carrying or wearing hematite could help ground your mental energy and protect against absorbing others' stress or anxiety, something service-oriented Virgos often do unconsciously. A few moments spent organizing your space before beginning your day would align well with the cosmic energies, creating external order that supports internal clarity. As you move through this potent day, dear Virgo, remember that your greatest strength lies in finding the perfect balance between critical analysis and compassionate acceptance. The current planetary positions support both your meticulous nature and your growing capacity for intuitive understanding. By honoring both aspects of yourself, you'll navigate May 25th with both precision and grace. Your Virgo affirmation for today: I trust both my analytical mind and my intuitive wisdom, finding balance between organization and flow. As the day draws to a close, take a few moments to reflect on the insights that emerged from today's unique blend of energies. The seeds planted now, whether in relationships, career developments, or personal understanding, will continue to flourish as you move forward with your characteristic attention to nurturing growth in all areas of your life. Sleep well tonight, knowing that your practical magic is more powerful than ever under these supportive skies. On May 25, 2025, the planetary positions create a fascinating cosmic landscape for Virgo natives. Mercury, your ruling planet, enters Cáncer today, creating a significant shift in your communication sector. This placement activates your 11th house of social networks, long-term goals, and community connections. Mercury in this emotional water sign brings a more intuitive quality to your typically analytical thinking process. You may find yourself expressing ideas with greater emotional intelligence and receptivity than usual. The Sun at 4 degrees Gemini continues illuminating your 10th house of career and public reputation, casting a spotlight on professional matters and creating opportunities for recognition from authority figures. Venus positioned at 17 degrees Taurus creates a harmonious trine to your Virgo energy, enhancing your connection to distant horizons, higher learning, and philosophical pursuits. This is an excellent influence for educational endeavors or anything that broadens your intellectual landscape. Mars at 9 degrees Aries activates your 8th house of shared resources and transformation, increasing energy around financial matters involving others. Taxes, investments, loans, or partners' resources may require attention today. Jupiter, now at 22 degrees Gemini, brings expansive energy to your professional sector, amplifying opportunities for growth and advancement in your career path. This position suggests potential for increased public visibility and recognition of your skills. Saturn at 6 degrees Pisces continues its transit through your 7th house of partnerships, bringing structure and sometimes limitation to relationship matters. This requires patience, but ultimately leads to more mature and stable connections. Uranus at 29 degrees Taurus, approaching a critical degree, creates innovative energy in your 9th house of expansion and higher mind. Unexpected insights or sudden changes in your belief systems are possible under this influence. Neptune at 13 degrees Aries adds a mystical quality to your transformation sector, potentially bringing intuitive insights about matters typically hidden from view. Financial intuition is heightened, though discernment remains essential. Pluto, now at 5 degrees Aquarius, continues its profound transformation of your daily work routines and health practices. Today's lunar position in Scorpio intensifies emotional undercurrents as the moon activates your third house of communication and local environment. This creates a depth to conversations that might otherwise remain surface level. A particularly noteworthy aspect today is Mercury forming a square to Jupiter, suggesting some tension between your social connections and professional ambitions. Information overload is possible, requiring careful discernment about which opportunities truly align with your long-term vision. The North Node in Aries continues pulling you toward transformative experiences that require courage and initiative, particularly in matters of joint finances or psychological growth. Today's planetary positions also form a significant T-square involving Mercury, Jupiter, and Neptune, creating tension that ultimately leads to spiritual and intuitive breakthroughs if you remain receptive. For Virgo, whose natural orientation is toward practical matters and detailed analysis, today's cosmic energy asks you to balance your methodical approach with emotional intelligence and intuitive insights. The subtle sextile between your ruling planet Mercury and Uranus suggests unexpected communications may arrive, potentially offering innovative solutions to ongoing challenges. The moon's opposition to Venus creates some tension between your communicative needs and your philosophical outlook, requiring integration of differing perspectives. Physical energy may fluctuate with Mars in challenging aspect to Saturn, suggesting the need for balanced activity and rest throughout your day. Mercury's motion is particularly important for you as a Virgo, currently moving at average speed, neither retrograde nor at station points, allowing for relatively clear expression of mercurial functions like communication, analysis, and learning. The degrees of today's planets create a numerological pattern emphasizing the numbers 4 and 9, suggesting a cycle completing and new beginnings on the horizon, particularly in professional matters. As May 25, 2025 unfolds for Virgo, Mercury, your ruling planet, forms a trine with Saturn in Pisces, creating an exceptional day for structured communication and deep thinking. This alignment supports articulating complex ideas with remarkable clarity. Your words carry additional weight today, making this an optimal time for important conversations, presentations, or writing projects that require precision and depth. A simultaneous sextile between Mercury and Neptune enhances your intuitive understanding of unspoken communication. You'll notice subtle cues in conversations that might typically escape your attention. This Neptune influence softens your sometimes critical Virgo communication style, adding compassion and empathy to your exchanges without sacrificing your trademark precision. The moon in Scorpio today activates your third house of communication, intensifying your desire for meaningful exchanges rather than small talk. You may find yourself naturally steering conversations toward topics of substance, psychological insights, shared vulnerabilities, or transformative ideas. This placement particularly supports research, investigation, and uncovering hidden information. Mars in Gemini brings additional energy to your career sector, creating opportunities for public speaking, leadership communications, or asserting your ideas in professional settings. The dynamism of this placement helps overcome any tendency toward overthinking before you speak. Trust your intellectual agility today. Your mind is especially quick and adaptive. Jupiter and Venus form an interesting configuration that impacts how others receive your message. People aren't just hearing your words today, they're feeling the authenticity behind them. This planetary arrangement creates a magnetic quality to your expression, drawing others toward your ideas almost effortlessly. For creative Virgos, Artistic expression flows with unusual ease, particularly when communicating emotions that might normally be difficult to verbalize. Uranus in Taurus continues its long-term transit through your ninth house of higher mind, bringing unexpected insights that may surprise even you when they emerge in conversation. Pay attention to those breakthrough moments when you say something more profound than you initially intended. Cosmic intelligence is working through your analytical mind today. Pluto's transformative energy touches your creative fifth house, adding depth and psychological impact to your self-expression. You may find yourself revealing truths you normally keep hidden, but in ways that empower rather than expose vulnerability. This influence particularly supports therapeutic conversations and communications that facilitate healing. Chiron in Aries forms a subtle aspect to your communication sectors, suggesting that sharing knowledge from your own healing journey could be particularly valuable today. Your natural Virgoan tendency to help others through practical advice becomes elevated to something more profound, wisdom born from experience. The asteroid Pallas, Athena in Libra, enhances your diplomatic abilities, helping you navigate potentially difficult conversations with strategic finesse. You'll instinctively know how to present alternative perspectives without creating defensiveness in others, a valuable skill for resolving any communication conflicts that arise. For Virgos working in fields requiring detailed communication, writing, teaching, research, data analysis, this day offers exceptional focus and mental stamina. The Mercury-Saturn trine creates sustained concentration that helps you persist with complex communication tasks that might otherwise become overwhelming. Digital communications receive favorable aspects today, making this an excellent time for virtual meetings, social media outreach, or updating your online presence. Your ability to craft clear, concise messages that stand out in the digital noise is heightened. Listen carefully to communications received around midday, as the Scorpio moon forms a significant aspect that may bring messages containing subtle but important subtext. Your analytical abilities are sharp enough to detect what's being communicated between the lines. For Virgos in relationships, this planetary configuration supports clearing up misunderstandings through honest, direct communication. The emotional intelligence available to you today helps bridge gaps that may have seemed insurmountable before. Practice active listening as much as expression for best results. Your voice, the physical instrument of communication, receives beneficial aspects today. Public speakers, teachers, or anyone who uses their voice professionally will notice increased resonance and impact. Breathing exercises before important conversations will maximize this natural advantage. The final hours of the day bring a thoughtful quality to communication as the moon shifts aspects. Use this time for journaling, reflection, or summarizing important insights from the day's exchanges. The seeds of important ideas planted in conversation today will continue developing in your methodical Virgo mind overnight, potentially yielding valuable realizations by morning. As May 25th unfolds for Virgo, your financial landscape appears particularly dynamic with Mercury forming a favorable trine to Saturn. This planetary alignment creates a foundation for strategic money moves and long-term financial planning. The day's energy supports methodical approaches to your resources rather than impulsive decisions, playing perfectly into your natural analytical strengths. With the moon in Taurus activating your ninth house of expansion, there's a distinct possibility of financial opportunities coming through foreign connections, higher education, or publishing ventures. Don't dismiss ideas that initially seem outside your comfort zone. They hold particular promise today. Jupiter's position continues to amplify your eighth house of shared resources, suggesting that collaborative financial endeavors, investments, or even loans and grants could work distinctly in your favor. Look closely at opportunities involving real estate or family resources, as Venus in Cáncer is highlighting these sectors with unusual potency. Your natural tendency toward careful budgeting serves you well today, but there's also an invitation to consider calculated risks, particularly in areas where you've done thorough research. The afternoon hours show the most favorable aspects for financial discussions or negotiations, with communication planet Mercury sharpening your ability to advocate for your worth. An unexpected conversation around 3 p.m. could reveal a side hustle or passive income opportunity that aligns beautifully with your existing skills. Be particularly attentive to communications from previous employers or colleagues. A reconnection could lead to financial benefits. Today's number vibration of 7 2 plus 5 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 corresponds with deeper analysis and hidden discoveries, suggesting that reviewing old financial statements or revisiting abandoned projects could reveal overlooked value or opportunities. For Virgos working in healthcare, technology, or service industries, the day holds particular financial promise through specialized skills or unique offerings. Consider setting aside time to organize your financial documentation. This practical action aligns perfectly with today's energy and could reveal tax advantages or expense patterns you've missed. While the day's overall financial signature is positive, avoid making major purchases between 5 to 7 p.m. when a brief void of course moon could cloud judgment. Those Virgos involved in creative fields might find unusual monetization opportunities through digital platforms or subscription models today. The evening brings a harmonious aspect between Venus and Neptune, potentially bringing inspired ideas for increasing your income through artistic or compassionate endeavors. This is an excellent day to review investment portfolios, particularly those connected to communication technologies, transportation, or local businesses sectors receiving beneficial aspects from today's planetary positions. Your ability to notice details others miss gives you a financial edge today, especially when reviewing contracts or agreements. Trust your instincts if something doesn't feel right in a financial arrangement. Your intuition is heightened and likely accurate. For Virgos considering a side business or freelance opportunity, today's energy supports laying groundwork and researching potential markets. Financial conversations with siblings or neighbors could prove unexpectedly fruitful today, as Mercury activates your third house of communication and local connections. Consider organizing a budget review session today. The planetary energies support gaining clarity and identifying unnecessary expenses that could be redirected to savings or investments. The number 25 carries vibrations of adaptability and resourcefulness, encouraging flexible approaches to financial challenges that might arise. With Saturn's influence, any financial foundations you establish today will have staying power and long-term benefits, particularly if they involve disciplined saving or debt reduction strategies. Virgo, on May 25, 2025, your fortunate areas shine with exceptional promise as Mercury, your ruling planet, forms a harmonious trine with Jupiter in your ninth house of higher learning and exploration. This planetary alignment opens doors in educational pursuits, philosophical endeavors, and any activities that expand your horizons. The cosmic energy today especially favors research, writing, teaching, and publishing, areas where your meticulous attention to detail can truly flourish. With Mercury's communication gifts amplified by Jupiter's expansive energy, your words carry particular weight and influence today. Consider submitting applications, manuscripts, or proposals that showcase your analytical mind and practical wisdom. The moon in Scorpio today deepens your intuitive capabilities, making this an excellent time for investigative work, problem-solving, or uncovering hidden information. Financial opportunities may unexpectedly present themselves, particularly through partnerships or joint ventures, as Venus forms a favorable aspect to Pluto in your fifth house. Creative pursuits that combine both practicality and innovation have strong potential for success today. You might find that colleagues and superiors are more receptive to your ideas, especially those that demonstrate your signature methodical approach. Your health sector also receives beneficial energy, Physical activities that combine mental focus with bodily awareness will prove particularly rewarding. The number 7 appears significantly fortunate for you today, whether in timing appointments, making selections, or noticing synchronicities. Earth tones, particularly deep greens and browns, align with your current energy field and can help ground your actions in prosperity. Locations associated with learning, such as libraries, universities, or even bookstores, serve as particularly fortunate environments where opportunities may find you. Technology-related matters also receive cosmic support. Updating systems, software, or digital tools can unlock efficiency and future advantages. Your analytical gifts are especially sharp today, making this an ideal time for sorting through complex data, organizing important information, or developing systems that will serve you in the long run. Relationships with mentors or teachers could prove especially fortunate. Reach out to those whose wisdom you value, as their guidance today may open doors you hadn't previously considered. Virgo, your natural talents for discernment and improvement align perfectly with today's energy. Rather than dispersing your energy across multiple projects, focus on one or two key areas where precision and care will yield the greatest returns. Trust your instincts when it comes to timing. Your inner clock is accurately attuned to cosmic rhythms today. The evening hours bring particularly favorable conditions for planning and setting intentions related to your most cherished ambitions. Remember that fortune today doesn't necessarily announce itself with fanfare. Instead, look for the subtle alignments, the small openings, and the quiet opportunities that resonate with your authentic path. These seemingly modest beginnings hold the potential for significant long-term rewards, especially when nurtured with your characteristic Virgo dedication. The cosmic alignments for May 25, 2025 create a fascinating social landscape for you, Virgo. With Mercury forming a harmonious trine to Neptune today, your social intuition is heightened to remarkable levels. You're picking up on subtle cues and unspoken emotions that others typically miss. This planetary conversation grants you an almost psychic ability to understand what friends, colleagues, and even strangers truly need from interactions. The moon in Libra occupying your second house creates a desire for balanced, meaningful connections rather than superficial networking. You're seeking quality over quantity today, and this discernment serves you well. People are noticing your authentic approach to relationships, appreciating how you create safe spaces for vulnerable conversations. Venus, currently transiting through Cáncer in your 11th house of community and aspirations, brings a nurturing quality to your friendships. You may find yourself naturally taking on a caretaking role within your social circles today. Be mindful not to overextend yourself. Your compassionate nature is beautiful, but remember to maintain healthy boundaries. A particularly significant aspect today involves Jupiter in Virgo forming a sextile with Pluto in Capricorn. This powerful configuration is activating your 5th house of self-expression and creativity alongside your 9th house of higher knowledge. Social connections made today could lead to transformative learning experiences or creative collaborations with lasting impact. Pay attention to seemingly random encounters. Someone you meet casually might introduce you to an entirely new social circle that aligns perfectly with your deeper values and aspirations. Mars in Taurus is bringing steadfast energy to your 9th house of expansion. You're likely to feel drawn towards social connections that challenge your worldview or expose you to different cultural perspectives. This is an excellent day to attend community events, workshops, or gatherings where ideas are exchanged freely. Your analytical abilities, combined with this expansive energy, make you a valuable contributor to group discussions. Saturn's position in Pisces continues to restructure your one-on-one relationship sector, bringing maturity and commitment to your closest bonds. Today, this energy helps you distinguish between social obligations and genuine connections. You're naturally filtering out relationships that drain your energy while investing more deeply in those that provide mutual support and growth. The Sun in Gemini illuminating your 10th house of public reputation, means you're more visible than usual in social settings. People are drawn to your practical wisdom and attentive nature. Professional networking opportunities may arise unexpectedly today, even at casual social gatherings. Remain open to conversations about your expertise and accomplishments, as someone influential may be taking notice of your unique skills. Uranus in Gemini is creating unexpected opportunities for social advancement through innovative thinking. You might find yourself connecting with forward-thinking individuals or groups who appreciate your methodical approach combined with fresh perspectives.